And hello once again. Well, before the tournament started, Ron Atkinson picked his dream team, the men he expected to make the biggest impact. Well, Schmeichel didn't exactly cover himself in glory. Torricelli hardly got a kick. Nadal missed the crucial penalty against England, but played very well. And Nopko's Russians, they had the worst defensive record in Euro 96. Now, as you might expect, Ron has had a major rethink. He's changed his formation. There are only 2 survivors.
I don't think there's any question about who the goalkeeper of the tournament is. I mean, David Seaman has been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, originally Schmeichel was my choice, but I don't think anyone would argue with Seaman. Safe, compact, has made miracles at the right time, i.e. Scotland, and then of course against Spain in the shootout, and has generally been faultless. I'd have wing-backs on the right-hand side. For me, the obvious candidate would be Stefan Reuter. I mean, I think the only opposition to that would have been the lad at Holland, Reisinger, who I thought was also an excellent wing-back. But Stefan Reuter looks to have everything. He can attack, he can defend, he can select a pass, he can put his foot in when necessary. On the left-hand side, that was probably the hardest position of all, because there were more outstanding candidates for the left side than any other. But I think the left-sided player of the tournament has been Ziege, the German Ziege. He's been brilliant. Attacks, scored a goal, long throws, and then have proved when he has to defend, can defend excellently. They would give you a great balance. I'd have 3 central defenders. 2 of them would be big, strong, hard men. Nadal, who was of Spain, who was my original selection, and I think anyone that saw him play against England would confirm that he is an outstanding central defender. Strong, commanding, good tackler, competitive. The other strong man alongside him would have to be Tony Adams. I think Tony Adams has been phenomenal. He's been, if you like, Captain Courageous, Captain Marvellous. He has been the rock that a lot of the England performances have sort of grown from. The guy in between would be Sammer. Simply and purely because he's a top German. He plays like all the top German liberos in the mould of Beckenbauer, Stielicke. He's got the ability to sit in there behind and defend and cover the 2 markers, but he's also got a phenomenal ability to strike, to break out from the back. And in actual fact, most of Germany's best attacking moments have been when he stepped out from the back. He's certainly been the outstanding defender of the tournament, maybe even the outstanding player. 2 basic midfield players would be one that wouldn't have won too many popularity contests against England, Andreas Müller. But I mean, I saw the first game when he played against Czechoslovakia, and he was breaking from midfield for fun. He was getting past the strikers, he was in finishing positions, scored a smashing goal. Alongside him, I have Ronald de Boer, who I think has been the most complete player in the tournament. He can pass the ball. I mean, I've seen him play outstandingly for Holland at centre forward, and yet here he was playing any position in midfield he was asked to do, wide on the right, the old-fashioned inside forward position, if you like, central sitting, and he could do the lot. My third mid player, originally I was going to retain Paul Ince, if you like, as the anchor man. But I think there's a little guy playing for the Czech Republic, little Poborski, who has ran himself to a standstill, and nobody deserves to be playing in a European Champions final than he does. But up front, I'm going to go for the 2 that would be virtually unstoppable. I can't think of any defence in the world that would relish playing against Alan Shearer, who's played tremendously in the tournament, has worked hard, has missed very few opportunities. When opportunities have presented themselves, he's put them away. Partner him with Jürgen Klinsmann, and you have got the unstoppable force. Klinsmann, all right, didn't play in the first game against Russia. I still believe the goal he got when he spun and went past Nikiforov was, for me, the best goal of the tournament. I must admit, when I picked my original team before the tournament, I thought, phew, let that lot go out and play, and nothing will stop them. This team would, because I think they'd be stronger. I think they'd have more defensive discipline, and I do happen to think now that the 2 up front. Remember when we picked the original team, we were still a bit unsure about Alan Shearer. that doubt has gone completely. Alan Shearer is as good as we think he is.
Comments, Terry?
Shouldn't have had any doubt about him, should he? I'm surprised he said Reisiger as a wing-back, because he plays central, same position as sort of Gareth plays for us. He plays a defender. He doesn't actually go forward. But he went for Reuter in the end, so he solved the problem.
And three centre-backs are very, very... the markers. They're the out-and-out big, heavy markers. I don't think you would have played Adams and Sama.
Okay.
And alongside...
I wouldn't have expected you to agree with
No, they wouldn't.
anyway.
The three centre-backs, I wouldn't give it that. Okay. But other than that, I mean, he's got it right. Nadal, of course, he said he's a strong, up-straight player. He's not. He's a very skillful player who can come out in the midfield and join in the attacks. He's a very good mobile player.
Jack, we're looking for great individuals in this tournament. Sugarman,
Superman
they call him.
is really... I mean, when we look at the tournament and you wonder who has been the best, this guy has produced probably the 3 or 4 moments of real individual skill. This chip here of Schmeichel was unbelievable. He'd actually knocked a long one from the halfway line earlier in the game. His little bit of skill here.
You said you did this in training.
Look at that. I mean, I used to do that in practice matches and things, but I never ever got away with it because the ball used to run out of play for a goal kick.
I think that he's highly skilled, and I love some of the things he do. I think there's a bit of softness in him. I've seen him a few times, and he'll go out of the game. He wants to go out into the outside left position. He was in the outside left position. I think Schmeichel made that job easy for him there today, but can't take away from his ability. He certainly is a skillful individual.
Terry, certainly the one that's shown the most skill in the tournament.
Sure, Schuker. What do you make of the Germans being allowed to call up a couple of substitutes for the final tomorrow?
I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I mean, I've said right the way through, whatever the rules are, we've got to abide from. We know from the beginning what they are. To change them in the final is an incredible decision, especially when the Czechs had 4 out the last time. They didn't have the same facilities. It's no good offering them the same opportunity to have 2 now when they don't need it.
I mean, only the Germans would get away with it. I can't believe that. I mean, to change the rules for the final of a competition and say, yeah, you're a bit short of players, we'll give you 2 more players to make you stronger. I mean, if the Czechs had applied for that, I don't think the Germans would have accepted it.
Apparently they've called up a fellow called Todt, who's a new name on the midfield player from Freiburg. But do you make them odds-on to win tomorrow, Terry? Do you think they're
odds-on? No, I don't. I think that if they come to grips with Sammer, I like Sammer because I think that he's a guy that releases himself out the back. And he's entitled to. People talk about them 2 or 3 coming out the back. They've got 5 or 6 at the back anyway. Where we feel we've front-loaded our team and only had 3 on most occasions. But he does do that well. You've got 4v4. You think you've got them. He comes out the back and releases them well, and he is a danger in the box to finish and also get in a wider position to provide. But I think that this is going to be a lot tighter than people think.
You might miss Muller a little bit more than
they might do. Of course, he's one of those who's out. Anyway, be sure to join Bob Wilson to see what does happen at Wembley for the Euro 96 final, 5:45 tomorrow afternoon. Terry's going to be there along with Glenn Hoddle, England's new coach, Alex Ferguson. He's only on ITV as well. And Brian Moore and Kevin Keegan, the top commentary team, will be describing the action. By the way, if you'd like a copy of ITV's official theme music, Jerusalem 96, it's available now and it's in all good record shops. Well, Jack, thanks for your company over the last few weeks. And Terry, thanks for yours as well. We got a little bit of the old bubbly in because
very nice.
We thought we would. It's been a good old run, hasn't it? It's been a good run, and really sad that you're not there.
The first trip we've had on the whole trip, Jim.
Hey, that's right, that's right. Cheers, Terry. Good luck wherever you go.
Cheers, Terry. All the best, son.
Cheers.
Thank you. And of course, thanks to you all for watching. Join Bob tomorrow afternoon. Bye-bye from us all here. Bye.